It is December, it is Advent, now is the season of waiting. Again. But what are we actually waiting for? My kids would probably say presents and Christmas. The confirmants, after last Wednesday's class, would hopefully say the birth of Jesus. And you? What are you waiting for? I am waiting for change. And believe me, I'm not referring to Pastor Matt's return after his sabbatical. Just reading the lectionary texts for this week and reflecting on the news of the last month, what came to my mind over and over again was, we need change. Something needs to change. This world needs to be a better place. And I can point to specific changes I want to see. No wars or military conflicts, worldwide access to health care, education for everyone, implementation of concrete solutions to heal our planet and to be better stewards of our environment. But this is about as far as I come in my reflections on change. And here it is already overwhelming. And I think someone needs to sort this out. Someone, not me, because I am just me. And this is where I find myself in today's gospel reading. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in clouds with great power and glory. Waiting for the Son of Man to come and make things right, sort things out, straighten them out. But the more I think about it, the more I doubt that great power and glory is what we need. And I think history proves me right, that great power and glory usually don't come with healing, justice, and equity. However, this is what the text says, biblical words nonetheless. But though inspired by God, still written by humans. And for this text, the Gospel of Mark, we know that it was written around the year 70, in the midst of the First Jewish-Roman War, and with the news of excessive violence against Roman opposition, and under the impression of the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem and the city of Jerusalem after a 5-month siege. The Roman Jewish historian Josephus reports merciless murder, enslavement, famine, and even cannibalism. The want, the need for someone stronger, more powerful than the Romans with all their legions is absolutely understandable. But is that how it will work? Is that how change can happen? There's one word that caught my attention in today's text. When Jesus tells the disciples about what the coming of the Son of Man will look like, he gives them an example, how to recognize it when it will happen. From the fig tree, learn its lesson. As soon as its branch becomes tender and puts forth its leaves, you know that summer is near. So also when you see these things taking place, you know that he is near, at the very gates. The word that caught my attention is tender. Instead of choosing an example with brutal and radical changes, like when your enemy lies at your feet, know that I am near, Jesus chose something ordinary, something gentle, something beautiful like a budding tree. Allow me to jump to a different but related story. It is the story about Saint Barbara. Barbara is a young woman, maybe even a princess. She has a beautiful dress and long hair, and her father wants her to marry. He wants her to fill the role of a loving wife and mother. Barbara, however, has a different idea about her future. She refuses. So her father builds a tower and locks her in. Every day he sends potential husbands. Every day she says no. She prefers books. She has visions. She believes in Jesus, and she doesn't care about what her father has planned for her. She doesn't care about what women are supposed to do and be. When her father realizes that he cannot get through to her, that locking her in isn't a punishment for her because she enjoys the solitude, that he doesn't have power over her, he gets angry. So very angry that he wants to kill her. She flees and hides, but another man sees her and reports her to her father. When her father finds her in her hideaway, he pulls her out by her hair, locks her in a dungeon, and decides to kill her soon. In her prison, bruised and broken, she discovers that a small branch has caught in her dress. And because the branch is budding, she puts it into water. On the day her father has her executed, in her prison cell, there is a blooming branch full of defiant blossoms. Tomorrow is St. Barbara's Day. And in Germany, it is a tradition to cut branches from cherries or fruit trees and put them into water to see them blossom at Christmas. And I wonder if that is what the change looks like that I'm waiting for. It is not a radical one. It is change that we only notice if we watch closely. It is change that takes time. It is gentle but determined, tender but purposeful. It is change that comes from within, with great power, but not through an external force. It grows from within. I invite you to cut a branch of a fruit tree tomorrow and put it in water, and watch during the season of Advent how it changes. Remember the story of Barbara, her strength, her own mind, her stubbornness. And while you watch the great power of the branch turning buds into blossoms, reflect on your great power, your ability to love and care, and to multiply the strength of that superpower by extending it to others. And promise me that you're as stubborn as Barbara, that you say no to the forces that oppress and destroy, that you do your part to create a better, freer, more equitable, more loving world. And may you be reminded by every branch and every vase, on every tree, don't give up. Because in the end, everything will be in bloom. Amen.